Great. I think we are live. Hi, everyone. If you are live, if you can hear us, please introduce yourselves in the chat. I am so excited to welcome you here this afternoon. You are in for a treat. My name is Sisha Maharaj, and I'm a consultant, business development and external relations with Devant. And you are here today to learn about using AI tools for career development brought to you by Devant. And our guest and expert speaker today is no other than the co-founder of Devant and head of strategic partnerships, Denis Gravel. And also joining us, we have one of our newest members of our teams, Tashmeet Saljua, our intern. I'm so excited to have you here as well, Tashmeet. And we will be here to support the webinar and to answer your questions. I also just want to say to you just a little bit of logistics. You are muted right now, but you are welcome to use the chat to introduce yourself. I want you to take out of this as much as you can. Please ask your questions using the Q&A at the bottom. There's a Q&A button, and I will be asking those questions to Denis that you have at the end of his presentation. Please make sure that you take some notes and that you listen carefully. This is going to be one of the most powerful hours that you have joined so far to learn from an AI expert and advocate, Denis Gravel himself. And for those of you who have not heard of Devant, Devant has been supporting over 50,000 job seekers in employment to help you be successful in getting a job and stay in Canada, as well as providing multiple additional supports through an online career development platform. We're connected to over 15 universities and colleges and 9 non-for-profits. We're about to launch and expand our programs to help alumni, so stay tuned for some special events and some opportunities for you as well. So without further ado, I would like to pass the floor to you, Denis. So excited to share this space with you, and I'm so excited to learn from you today. Please take it over. You have the floor.
Well, Sisha and Tashmeet, thank you so much for being here to support me. I feel really honored to be asked to do this topic. It's really dear to my heart, and I'm kind of nervous because you put me kind of on a pedestal, and I feel that I have to really exceed your expectations.
Oh, no,
Um,
nothing to be nervous about.
and we have quite a number of participants from all over Canada. And again, please go to the chat, introduce yourselves to us. And I also put a link to a Google Drive where you can download all of my assets. So it's the PowerPoint presentation plus all the stuff I'm going to be talking about. It's all there for you to use. Okay, and let's get started. You can see my screen, right, Tashmeet, Sasha? My PowerPoint?
Yeah.
Good. And I really encourage you to use your emojis. If you like something, do thumbs up, put a heart. If you don't like something, put the thumbs down. That gauges the way I'm going to present information. So I'd like to start off with this particular slide is if you take a look at all the possible knowledge, and what I mean is Google by a circle. So this is all the knowledge that Google has. It's impossible for you to know everything. So I call that what you don't know is represented by the yellow. So there's a lot of stuff you don't know. And when you don't know what you don't know, you can't do anything. So my goal tonight is to get you to a place where now you know what you don't know, because once you know what you don't know, now you know you can do something. So the point here is that I am going to give you a lot of information, but my goal is to get you to a place where now you know what you don't know, and once you know, you can do something. Got it? So the topic tonight is AI in your job search, and why use AI? Well, I put a list together, and we're going to go through that in my presentation. One is you can create a personalized resume and cover letter and optimize it using AI. The next one is you can do what I call smart job matching. So it's matching your resume to the actual job posting, and AI will give you feedback. You can interview prep. There's a tool that is free to use. It's called Google AI Studio, and it will allow you to actually do interview prep. You can get market insights and salary benchmarking, and I'll show you how to do that. You can reduce the amount of time in your job search because you use the AI tools to collect all of that information. And then the next step is for you to put that together, synthesize it, and that will help you get to the next step, which is applying for positions. And networking and outreach support, AI tools are very good for that. And also looking at your skill gap analysis and learning recommendations, looking at your actual resume, looking at the job posting and saying, this is what's missing in your resume for you to be competitive. So all of this can be done using AI tools, and the two tools that I'm going to be using tonight is Notebook LM by Google and Google AI Studio. And how many of you are actually using either of those two products? Either give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down so I get a sense. Okay, and if you don't know how to do thumbs up, thumbs down, it's actually through emoticons. I think we have access to that, Sisha, the emoticons. Oh yeah, there we go. I'm
Yes, we
seeing some
do.
thumbs up.
Mhm.
Perfect, perfect. So before we start, I need to give you kind of a high level of what's going on in the AI world. And this is really directed to Tashmeet because she is studying at Humber and she's doing a lot of cool stuff in this area. And I did some research for you, Tashmeet, so you can get the landscape. There was a huge study done by Microsoft and LinkedIn, and they published this at the end of 2024. So it's fairly recent. And it's a worldwide survey, 31,000 people. So there's some really cool information in this report. And this is what it says. 73% of people are already using AI at work. So 75%, 3 out of 4 people are already using AI at work. And when they look at the age group, it doesn't matter whether you're a boomer or if you're a Gen Z, it's evenly distributed. And that is something that is rare to see. And what is unique out of the data is that those employees are bringing their own AI to work. So there's a new acronym called BYAI, Bring Your Own AI. So AI is being used at work primarily by employees, and they bring their own tools. So whether it's on their handheld device, their smartphone, their laptop, their iPad, or desktop computer, they are using AI. And we'll talk about the pros and cons of that. Okay. The other thing that this report looks at, and this is really important for all of you, and Tashmeet, I'm looking at you. Leaders will not hire someone without AI skills. You need to have AI skills. You don't have to be a large language model expert. You don't need to know how to code. You need to use AI no different than you need to use Word, PowerPoint, Excel. It's a skill that leaders are looking for you to have. And this is key here. Leaders would rather hire a less experienced candidate with AI skills than a more experienced candidate without them. So let's take a look at this. If you have AI skills and you can demonstrate AI skills in your resume, in your cover letter, you will have a leg up over somebody who has more experience, who doesn't have AI skills. Sisha, Tashmeet, does that make sense? Does that resonate? Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And by AI skills, I'm not talking about like how to code AI agents. It's using three things: Gemini, Copilot, ChatGPT. If you're able to use those tools, you need to put that in your resume and in your cover letter
Hmm.
because employers want to see that. And this the other key thing is that only 39% of people who use AI at work got training from their company. So the onus is on you to obtain those AI skills. How do you get AI skills? Well, watch TikTok, watch YouTube. Also, Udemy. They have online courses for 49 bucks on AI. Google has a really great program on AI, and we are working with an organization called Skills for Change, and they have been given money to train people on how the basic AI skills. And if you connect with us, we can get you into that program where they will train you for free. And Sisha, that is something that we need to bring up at our next meeting.
That's a
That's with Skills
great
for Change.
asset. That's a
Yeah,
great asset, Denis.
yeah. What's happening in the world of AI is that it's it's changing so rapidly, and there's actually three phases. Right now, we are in phase one, where you're using AI as an assistant. No different than you're using Word as an assistant, Excel as an assistant, using Teams as an assistant. The next phase is going to be using what we call AI agents. AI agent is no different than an app. You go to the Google Store, you go to the Apple Store, and you download an app. Well, what you're going to see now is a lot of apps that are AI agents. So they're smart apps. And there's a lot of them that are coming down the pipes. If you are amongst the attendees and you have a background in IT and you know something about AI agents, I highly, highly, highly recommend that you start looking into creating AI agents because it's going to be the next big step in app development. And we are working directly with a company called Mind Studio. And if you're looking to create AI agents and you want an introduction to how to use Mind Studio, let me know. It just turns out that my niece is the vice president of business development, and she told me if you have any of the clients or students that are interested in Mind Studio, she will provide them with an account. So that's phase two. Phase three, which is going to happen very, very fast, is that you're going to work in a team with AI agents. So you'll have your human team, but you will have your AI team working with you. So you're working with a bunch of robots that are going to do all of the redundant, the routine work, and you are there because it will be because of your critical thinking, your problem-solving skills, your creativity, all that human skills that is so, so important. And 44% of Canadian managers expect AI upskilling to become part of their role within 5 years. So that is key. So Tashmeet, I'm looking at you. If you need to get AI skills and you need to put it on your resume. Okay, this is where it really makes sense. This is an article that was published last fall. 80% of hiring managers dislike seeing AI generated CVs and cover letters. 80%. So if you're using AI, I'm going to give you all these tools for you to use, but you need to have that human component. Otherwise, hiring managers will detect you're using AI to generate this. And I am not going to probably interview you. And I'm going to put Sisha on the spot. Why would that be?
Well, it's easy, Denis. They don't know your authentic true self. They don't
Mhm.
understand if what's being put on the resume is unique or if you have strengths in those areas. It's just like, vanilla, right? It's just standard. They've seen it multiple times. So in an interview, they want you to showcase your strengths, your capabilities, your true motivation of why my company, why my job, why are you the good candidate? And if you sound the same as everyone else, why should they interview you? So you really need
Yeah.
to show your unique value proposition, is my guess.
Yeah. You know what's really weird is that in the previous slides, I said employers are looking for AI skills, yet they don't want you to use AI to create a resume and cover letter.
I understand. Yes, and I think it's because we have to use AI as a tool. The human is never really going to be replaced. We have to understand that technology is here, it's here to stay. We have to get comfortable using technology simply as a tool. But as you said, we need our human decision making, our judgment. We still need human interaction because the AI, is doesn't know human ambition or
Exactly,
doesn't know the
exactly.
environment, right?
Yeah, yeah. And in this article, 74%, so 3 out of 4 hiring managers are saying they can spot when AI has been used in a job application.
Hmm.
And 57% are significantly less likely to hire an applicant who has used AI. And they may even dismiss your application outright because, and you said it, Sasha, hiring managers prefer authentic human written applications because AI generated ones often sound repetitive and generic, implying the applicant is lazy. So it's a tool. And Benjamin, I totally agree. You know, use AI as a tool. And this is what they're looking for. Employers are now looking for your human skills, the critical thinking, problem solving, research skills, creativity, and to be able to foster curiosity because that is going to be the biggest assets. Okay. And in what I have been seeing in over the last year is that entry level positions will change rather than disappear because managers will prize your problem solving and analysis. Okay. Now, Ashtar, I totally agree. Recruiters are using AI because for them it's a tool, no different than using Word. But it doesn't make you should. Yes, you should be penalized if you're using AI because it means that you're not putting work and effort into your job search. Okay. The use should be strategic. Yes, AI needs to be strategic use, and you have to use the human element. So the required set of skills will likely include a capacity to use AI. So it's not that AI will take your job, it's someone using AI who will. You need to remember this. Tashmi, put that up here. It's not that AI will take your job, it's someone using AI who will. There was another big study done, and they say that recent grads lack AI training, and employers don't yet know what AI skills they need. So you are in a good position tonight because now you're hearing from us saying you need to get AI skills. Because two things. One, you can demonstrate that you know how to use ChatGPT, Gemini, and Copilot. And two, employers don't know what they can do with AI. So they're looking for some direction. So you take something like Tashmeet, who's doing work in data. You combine data analytics with AI, you will be sought after, especially if you have those human skills, because you can now guide those companies on this is how you can use AI to and data analytics and bring it together so that it makes sense. I want to go to another level. And this is a picture of an old librarian. And most of you are probably too young to remember this type of librarian. Sisha, I think you remember this type of librarian. You would go to the library, you had a research project to do. You ask the librarian to search for information. She'll go in the stacks and she'll get all the books for you, or she'll give you index cards. You collect all the resources, you read all the resources, and you synthesize and you put all of this together. Right, Sisha?
Correct.
Yeah, yeah. That's the way Google has been operating for since it came on board in 2002. It was an old librarian. What it did, you asked it to search. It gave you all of these links. You click on the link. You synthesize all that information. You put it together, and you summarize it. And now you have what you're looking for. Kashmik, does that make sense? Yep.
Yeah, totally makes sense.
The new Google. This is the new Google of 6 months ago. It's called AI mode. So this is the new Google. And when you do a search, the librarian now has read all the information that you're searching for, has already synthesized the information, and provides you with the most relevant information for you to use. And that's called Google AI mode. And this is what it looks like. I have here, what is the number of employers in Canada? I don't have to click. The new librarian has summarized everything for me, and it's called Google AI mode. It poses a couple of challenges. One, you're no longer clicking. In fact, Google stated last week that 60% of people that go to Google are not clicking. They go straight to AI mode. Tashmeet, Sisha, in your recent searches, do you click through? No, you go straight to AI mode.
I use it today and it summarized everything for me.
Yeah. And what Google has an issue with now is that they get paid per click.
I'm surprised they shared that.
Well, but what they're doing is that they're spending a lot of time and money into developing AI tools so that they can now sell you a subscription. No different than ChatGPT. You have the free version, can do a little bit, but you want the pro version. Well, now you're paying, $22 to $30 a month. And they're getting more money that way than they are pay per click. And it's a lot easier.
Yeah. I usually
And
don't use I usually
what's
don't
that?
use Google nowadays. I go to ChatGPT with my question and then it's like it's ready for me.
It's all ready for you.
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. So Google is changing. And the other issue with Google AI mode, and those of you who are on the call and you are taking business marketing or marketing analytics or SEO, anything to do with search engine optimization, the whole world of search engine optimization is changing because because the click through is no longer important. So how do you get your company or the whoever you're working for to have their content appear up in the in AI mode? It's a whole new world in marketing, in web marketing. So I thought I would mention that because it's really, really important for you to understand what's going on. Okay. So it's called Google AI mode and also AI overview. And it's a big shift in search engine on optimization. And I call it Ask Anything with AI mode. And it's less about getting a click and more about being the source that Google AI chooses to summarize. So there's a big battle going on now for people who have web content. How do I get into the AI overview? And there's certain tricks that you can do, but this is beyond the scope of our presentation tonight. So we're moving from an answer engine, not a search engine. So are you ready for a AI job transformation? Well, let's take a look. I just did a screenshot for AI tools for 2025, and this is only screen one of five.
Wow.
There are a lot of tools out there. And which ones do you use and for what? And it's no different than you going to the Apple Store or to the Google Store and say, which app do I use? There's a lot of them, and every day there's at least a dozen that comes out. This was another survey from KPMG, which is like a Deloitte and Tata Consulting. And so KPMG is a large consulting firm. And I think it's a little bit too small for you to see, but 75% of people are using ChatGPT, Copilot, and Claude, which is a large language model. So my recommendation for you is learn how to use ChatGPT, Gemini, and Copilot. Those are the three. It's like you need to know Word, PowerPoint, and Excel. Okay. And these are the most popular AI tools that you must know. So there's Notebook LM. I'm going to introduce you tonight. Synthesia, if you want to have avatars and you want to you want the avatar to do a presentation with your voice. Google AI Studio. Grammarly is a must. If English is your second language, you need to use Grammarly. Gemini, Copilot. If you're into images, there's Google Image FX. Mind Studio, if you're into creating AI agents. Nano Banana, which is a new product that was just launched a couple of weeks ago by Google AI Studio. And one that was launched by Perplexity. It's called Comet. So Tashmeet, what I want you to do over the next couple of weeks is go use Comet and see and contrast that with ChatGPT, because Comet is going to change the way you do searches. Okay.
I'll surely try that.
Yeah. Yeah. Just Google Comet, Perplexity, and it will give you a link to download. But the three that you must know: ChatGPT, Copilot, and Gemini. The magic in using these tools is the prompt. It's called prompt engineering. If you don't know how to create a good prompt, you will not succeed. In fact, this course that Skills for Change is putting together, the first course is how to design a good prompt. Tashmeet, I'm going to put you on the spot. What is prompt engineering?
I think you just have to make sure that you are mentioning every single thing when you are putting in a prompt. Like that's what I have observed. So I think that's what it is.
You are almost right. Almost right. When you are using ChatGPT, Copilot, Gemini, it's like talking to the most intelligent human being on earth, but is 2 years old. Okay. Yes, Dania, it's your query, but it's more than a query. What it is the crafting effective input prompts to get the most accurate, creative, useful information from AI systems. And prompt engineering is an art. If you want to get really good at AI, take a course in prompt engineering. I did one through Udemy, and it changed the way I use AI systems. Okay. And Benjamin, you are absolutely right. You have to be specific and detailed as you want the results to be. It's like giving clear instructions to a super intelligent assistant. The better the prompt, the better the results. A lot of times you put stuff into these AI systems and you get garbage. Well, if you give it garbage, it's going to give you garbage. And I think of it as being a 2-year-old. The first thing you need to do is to give it a persona. You have to tell it, behave like something. And since you're searching for a job, you will say, act as a job seeker, act as a talent acquisition professional, act as an HR consultant. Now you're giving a framework to the AI system to respond. You're giving it a persona. So from tonight on, when you're using AI systems, the first thing you need to do is to give it a persona. Okay? And prompt engineering is becoming a must-have skill to stay competitive. So again, I highly recommend you take a prompt engineering course, put it on your resume. I've taken a prompt engineering course at wherever, so that the employer will now know that not only do you know how to use the tool, but you know how to construct effective prompts. And if you want prompt engineering to be a career, this is a new career now that you can become a prompt engineer in industry. And starting salaries are over $90,000 a year. Prompt engineering. So here, one of the problems is that you're too vague. So you need to be specific. Act as a job seeker. Rewrite the following cover letter to match the job description. Be more informative and persuasive. Correct any grammar mistakes. That's how specific you need to be. When you have to give it context. Explain how networking using LinkedIn works to someone with a basic understanding of the LinkedIn platform. You have to give it formatting instructions. Give me 5 creative ideas for an introductory email for an informational interview in bullet points. Here are the details. And you supply the details. Act as a job seeker and do something. It's giving a role or persona. Now, when using AI systems, you need to be aware of the risks. First one is called hallucinations. AI systems will get things wrong. So you need to be vigilant. You need to really put that critical thinking hat on and take a look at what it's providing you. AI systems have bias and discrimination. Okay. And the huge issue is data security and privacy. So if you're using ChatGPT, did you know that you're actually feeding the beast? You're giving all that information back to ChatGPT, and it's using it to get better and better and better. And that's what they want. They want you to feed the beast. No different than Gemini, no different than Copilot. So if you're using personal information and you're feeding the beast, that personal information is now out there. So how do you prevent data security and privacy? Well, in ChatGPT, you go into settings. There's a little setting there that says, do not share my information to the large language model. If you're using Gemini, you go under settings under privacy. It says, do not share this information with the large language model. And with Copilot, if you have Microsoft 365, it says in the license that Microsoft will not use anything generated in Copilot to feed the beast. And the last one is that AI cannot hold moral and ethical values. Even though AI developers are providing rules and there's a lot of work and research in this area, humans will not be able to get around them, not for a while. So I call this AI plus the human intellect. You cannot use AI by itself. You need the human intellect. I call it AI plus HI, which is critical thinking. So when you're looking for jobs and you're applying for interviews, you need to focus on not only I've got my hard skills, this is what I studied in the case of Tashmeet. I'm doing data analytics. I've got a degree in business. I'm from India. I've got some work experience, but you need to mention your human intellect. And you need to say, I've taken a course in prompt engineering and I know how to use ChatGPT, Copilot, Gemini. So again, why use AI in your job search? So I'm going to show you a number of examples. 7:35. Any questions coming up? Do we have any questions,
Yes.
Sasha?
Sorry, I have to unmute.
That's okay.
So one of the questions you've already answered, which is how important is it to write prompts as an AI skill? So I think that's a great question you've already answered.
Mm-hmm.
You have a question here as well. It's interesting that while companies using AI and applicant tracking systems to filter resumes, many hiring managers still prefer non-generated application materials. Given tailoring resumes and cover letters for each jobs can take an hour or more, what strategies can job seekers use to balance their effort and results to secure an interview?
Okay, so this is anonymous attendee.
Yes,
So anonymous, I am going to show you how to do that. Okay,
great.
so go share. Let me just queue up what I
A
want to
live
present
example here,
here.
everyone. So
Live
hopefully you're paying
example.
attention. Thank you so much, Janine, for sharing this with us live on how to use AI for your job search.
Okay, so let me just cue this up. Sorry, it's just I just have multiple screens open here.
And you mentioned
Is-
MS Copilot. So anybody who's got Microsoft has access to MS Copilot.
They have if you're using Microsoft 365 and
Mm-hmm.
you have access to Copilot, Copilot will not feed the beast.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so let me start from scratch here. So this is Gemini.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I've got a new chip. Whoops, let me just copy my prompt. I just made a simple prompt here. Copy. I'll go new chat. So here's my prompt. Act as a job seeker. How can I use Gemini? Here, I got a typo here. To check if my resume is AI compliant and get feedback. So I'm going to upload a file. I'm going to upload a resume.
Mm-hmm.
And I got a dummy resume called
Mm-hmm.
PrenJ. Okay, upload a resume, open. And so here's my prompt. Here's the file. And the question was from Anonymous that it takes an hour. Well, here you go. Here's the analysis.
Wow.
Okay. And then you can get more specific. Do I have any grammar mistakes? There you go. There's some grammar mistakes.
Mm.
Okay. And here, so would you like me to move on to checking your resume for keyword optimization in or impact and metrics next? I'll say yes. There you go. It gives you a full detail whether your resume is ATS compliant. Isn't that cool?
Wow, that's amazing. So it's basically saying that's your current bullet point and it's giving you a suggestion.
Yep, yep,
So it's
yep,
showing the impact and it's giving you metrics, which is really key because that's the
yep.
difference between like a job posting and a resume. You've got to show impact and results. And then,
Exactly,
you can always go in there, right, and edit it with your metrics from your role as well. So instead of an
exactly.
hour, it could take you like 10 minutes,
It took me not even a minute,
not even a minute.
not even a minute. What I did here is
Oh, wow.
uh, I uploaded the resume and you can't see my prompt. It's somewhere up here, but it's doing a critique of the your resume. Add a professional summary and it gives you a summary strengthen. Uh,
It's giving
okay.
examples too.
Yep. Yep.
Oh, reorder. Wow.
Yep.
Tajmeet,
Okay.
what do you
And
think
then,
of this?
It's really interesting. Like I have never used Gemini like for my resume optimization, but I think it's doing a better job than ChatGPT.
mhm.
Yeah.
And it rewrites your resume for you.
Yeah.
Okay. Again, I used Gemini and I said here, can you provide me with a mock interview, provide feedback on my response, and help me practice answering behavioral and technical questions? So I uploaded my resume, and here, what it does is that it says, hello, thank you for coming in. And then, so it actually asks you the question, and then it gives you the answer based on your resume.
Wow, that's powerful.
Oops, my camera just flipped. Sorry, that my camera just fell. So you can see
Oh,
part of my head. There you go.
oh, it's okay. I can see you now.
And it even does the star method.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can start probing more. Here's some feedback, and you can just probe. You can ask it questions. Then another prompt that I used It's right here. Act as a labor market analyst. Please provide me with marketing insights and salary benchmarking using real-time data on industry trends, in-demand skills, and salary expectations as a marketing assistant. I put in the knock code so I can negotiate a better salary and target the right roles. So there it goes. It gives me all of this information. Industry trends, negotiating your salary, and then it also gives you a video that you can watch.
Wow.
Okay, top marketing jobs in Canada. Okay, and so that is Google Gemini, but you can do the same thing in ChatGPT. Oh, camera stop.
That's
Sorry about that.
incredible. And I've seen lots of comments saying that is so good, so fast. Thanks for sharing. Thanks a lot for this. So you're getting a lot of positive reinforcement here in the chat. Yeah, it's
Okay,
just very mind
and
blowing.
when you go to my Google Drive, all of those prompts are all there in the document, so you can just copy paste, copy paste, copy paste.
Great. So make sure you copy Denis. He put in the chat his Google Drive to help you with some, get you warmed up on some good prompts.
Okay, now we're going to do something, some more cool stuff. Oh, we have a question here. Love the 3 prompts you share on Gemini. Could you, Sasha, please paste them here on chat? Well, Gautam, we'll put the link to my Google Drive, and you'll have access to all of my prompts.
Yeah, so Gautam, thanks for that. If you just scroll up, you'll see Tashmeet Reese posted his assets in his Google Drive. Just copy that and you'll get access to all the files with the tips. I've got
Okay,
sorry, Denis, I've got another question here. Someone said,
sure.
how do you humanize it if they don't want us to use the AI resume?
Well, you're the human. You're the human. And I'll get to that. I've got a couple of
Okay.
some stuff that you can do.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay, thanks.
now I hope this works because it involves sound, but I am going to upload my dummy file, PMG. Fun. Just bear with me. I just have to find my file.
And so, Denis, how do you get this to start? Like I see Google AI Studio. So do they just Google AI Studio? Is that, or,
Yep.
okay.
Yeah. And if you have a Gmail account, it's free.
Okay.
Okay. Let me just do one more thing here. I had all of these files queued up, and then I accidentally closed my
While Denis is doing that, please use the Q&A if you have specific questions for Denis, and I'm happy to ask them and he can see them as well.
Yep. And I'm almost there. Sorry. Okay, so you're seeing Google AI Studio, right?
Yes.
Okay, let me
It
do
says
it
talk to
again.
Gemini Live.
And I want to go to desktop. And where is Pranjay? Need to learn how to type. Can't find it.
I've got a question here in the meantime, Denise.
Sure,
So if
sure.
that's not kicking in for you right now, why don't we go to a question? Is that okay?
Yes, let's do that, and I can
Okay.
multitask here.
Okay. So someone's saying like oftentimes when we're reviewing our resume according to a posting, and then again for another posting that is similar, the competencies are the same. How do we
Mhm.
rephrase or work our skills to match a job we already think is a match to our resume?
Okay, this is what I would do. If you go to Google Gemini, if I start a new session, new chat, see the plus sign here, you upload your files, and then
Mm-hmm.
you upload all the files, like the job descriptions, the
Mm-hmm.
job posting, the resume,
Mm-hmm.
your resume, and
Mm-hmm.
then act as a talent acquisition consultant. Compare my resume to the following two job postings, and contrast my skills from my resume to job number one and job number two, and then it
Okay.
will just do it.
Wow.
Okay. It's all done in Google Gemini. Okay, so this is another fake resume.
Mm-hmm.
And I uploaded a resume. I've got speaking points for a reference call and the job posting.
Mm-hmm.
And what I am able to do here is take a look at, and this is Notebook LM, so different product. I just upload, see, says sources, add. I just add as many sources as I want. And I
Mm-hmm.
go mind map. And what it will do is take all of that information and create a mind map for me. So now I can visualize what my resume looks like. Okay. So,
Wow.
so you can quickly see, you know, from your resume and based on the job posting where there's overlap. The other thing you can do uh, with
Sorry, Denise, can you show us that overlap if I'm a new person looking at that? How do you know?
Um, uh, I'd have to go to it takes a little bit more, longer, but I
Okay,
wanted to show you something else that is
sure.
okay. Let's say you're applying for a job at a company, and
Mhm.
let's use a company, uh, KPMG. Let's do kpmg.com. Okay, so here's KPMG. Okay, I want to go to Canada. And I copy the website. So you can see that on your screen, right? As I'm flipping windows. Okay. So I go to Notebook and I'm going to paste the URL and I'll say insert. Okay. And what it will do is automatically give you information about the company. So when you're doing industry research, you have all the information here. So it went to the website, got all this information and brought it back to you as a summary. And this is where the mind map comes into place. It's generating a mind map based on that particular company. Okay. So about KPMG. So here you've got all the information here. So when you go to the interview, you can use all that information.
Wow, that's incredible. That's also good for informational interviews, real interviews. Like, that's incredible.
Exactly. 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 So that's the mind map. And then when I go back to studio and um, you know, I'll do an audio overview here. It'll take about a minute. Any questions while it's doing the audio overview? Any questions in the Q&A?
I don't know. There's no open questions. Everyone just saying thank you so much. It's very helpful. Seeing some hearts here.
Mhm.
I think this is just incredible.
Okay. While it's doing the audio overview, I'm going to go back to my slide deck because I'm just looking at the time, and we need to move on here because I got some more stuff to share. Okay, you see my presentation, right?
Yep.
Okay, so we looked at job matching, interview prep, insights, benchmarking. You can save a lot of time. Like, Anonymous said, well, it's going to take me an hour. Well, I did it in 1 minute. And you can actually go into Gemini. You can ask it to craft personalized LinkedIn messages just by using the right prompt. It'll give you, here's an email that you can send to recruiters, hiring managers. And skill gap analysis, you can upload your resume, upload the job posting, and the prompt there that I have in my notes is that compare the job requirements to my resume and which certification will boost my competitiveness. So those are 2 tools you need to start using today. AI Studio, Notebook LM. Okay, so here's the prompt: generate behavioral and technical interview questions for a supply chain associate based on this job description. You upload it and use the prompt, and it'll give you those interview questions. And so here are some takeaways. Use AI for speed, use human for strategy. Okay. So the AI advantage is that it will automate resume tailoring, job matching, and interview prep. The human advantage is that use a career coach, because now they will help you define long-term goals and navigate transition and build confidence. Use AI for execution, use a coach for direction. Let AI handle repetitive tasks, but don't skip personalization. It's the HI in AI plus HI. And review and personalize AI-generated content before sending. And this is where a coach will really help you out. It can help refine your story. A coach nowadays, you can get a coach for about $100 an hour. The $100 an hour is very well spent because you have all the information and they can now work with you. And we talked about this, AI to identify gaps, but you need humans to fill them. And let AI suggest courses, but consult a coach to prioritize and stay accountable. AI can simulate interviews, but humans can read you. Use AI for practice and a coach for polishing, delivery, and confidence. Sisha, that must resonate with you because you do a lot of coaching.
Yes, I was going to say great advice, Denis.
Okay, well, let me go back. And use AI when you need fast, scalable support. But seek human help, and I'm talking about a coach, when you're stuck, overwhelmed, changing careers, or need emotional support.
Mm-hmm.
So if your job search feels impersonal or ineffective, you need to bring in a coach. You can't do it all. You can't do it all. So before I go back to my last few slides, I want to share let's not share, and I want to go to my, which one was it? The KPMG share. Okay, so let's look at
Welcome back to the deep dive.
Can you hear?
You've handed us a really fascinating stack of source
Yes.
material today.
That's quite something.
Yeah, it's a comprehensive assessment of the Canadian corporate landscape put together by one of the major professional services firms.
Right.
And it feels like more than just predictions. It's almost a diagnosis, where Canadian business is doing well, where maybe it's stalling a bit.
Mm-hmm.
And what...
Yeah, I'm just going to pause it there. So what Notebook LM has done is taken all that web information and put it into a podcast for you. But even more than that,
the immediate...
Tajmi, what do you think about this
Welcome
audio?
back to the deep dive. You've handed us a...
Oh, hey, welcome. What's up?
I think it's pretty
Hello.
time saving for us. Like for someone who is not able, like who is doing tasks and is not able to read, you can just play it on and then you can hear it.
I'm just going to put you on hold there, Tashmi.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay, so
Welcome back to the deep dive.
yeah,
Let's hear it.
Well, hello. Thank you so much for this overview of KPMG. What's the number one skill this company is looking for?
And that is a fantastic question.
We're so glad you jumped back in.
You're asking about the skill set.
And what we can gather from this material
It suggests they're looking for people
who can embrace what they call...
the connected enterprise.
Okay, let's unpack this.
That means connecting different parts.
Of technology, data, and human capital.
It's less about one specific skill.
It's more about synthesis and integration.
Being able to handle complexity,
Especially when you look at their content.
like the future of finance piece.
They want finance to move past.
Just traditional responsibilities.
They want them to be strategic. They need people who can link.
Data to strategy and organizational structure.
So critical...
Okay. I'm just going to stop it there. What do you think of that? Did I blow you away?
Definitely. I think
OMG.
it's like everyone tells you nowadays to do the company research before applying for a job or something like that. And it used to take a lot of time, but this thing, like it, even your personalized question, it can answer it like in just seconds.
Yes.
So that's amazing.
It is amazing. And again, I just showed you the tip of the iceberg.
Wow.
So let me just go back to my presentation.
I literally almost fell off my chair, Denis. That is incredible. So you can interact. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. And you know, my goal tonight was to get you from a place where I don't know what I don't know to now I know what I don't know. And once you know, you can do something about it.
Mm-hmm.
So again, I'd like to thank Sisha and Tashmeet for being on this webinar. You guys were amazing. I'd like to thank everybody on the call who attended this session. You have the link to download the PowerPoint that I showed you and all of my notes with all the prompts. And here, I'm going to stop sharing.
Wow, that's
because
great. And
you can
Denis,
connect
thank
with-
you so much for spending this time with us. I mean, I knew I was going to have my mic drop moment, but I had a few. Just incredible. Thank you so much. And I'm hoping we can launch the polls also, Denis, if we can access that just to get the feedback, as well as just wanted to mention to everyone. I mean, Denis, you've just been so incredible today, showing and sharing with us. As you said, now we know what we don't know. Would love if everyone could maybe share with us your feedback. We are going to be launching some new services and events for alumni, those of you who are recent grads. So please let us know if you're interested in being an early adopter of our new Alumni Advantage initiative with AI, career tools, and exclusive events. So please let us know to make sure that you are counted in and we can follow up with you first. We have upcoming events on November the 5th and November 12th. And then we also have our next event, which is Ask a Recruiter. And you will learn from an employer who is actually a real estate company, but also supporting long-term senior care homes. And they've got jobs across each area and function. And also they've got jobs in multiple provinces. So make sure you go to www.devant.ca. And please join me in thanking Denis for such an informative session. And Tashmeet, thank you so much for joining as well. Denis, this was really incredible. Thank you.
Yeah, and I really applaud those of you who made the effort to come tonight, because that's the only way you're going to learn, because there's no way for you to know everything. And that's my job. That's what I do. I bring stuff because I'm on the web. I know a lot of people, and I just synthesize and bring this back to you and just whet your appetite so you can now explore. And Tashmeet, it was so nice to have you here, for you to provide some feedback and your own personal experience. In Notebook LM, the other thing you can do is, in Tashmeet, again, I'm going to tell you to do this. Go to your class, record using your phone, upload the lecture into Notebook LM, and you can now do all kinds of neat stuff in Notebook, where you can get a summary, you can get an actual report, you can get a mind map, you get flashcards, you can create a quiz, and you can create a slide deck.
That's pretty amazing. Like, I think nowadays, most like even when I was preparing for my exams and when I was in college, I used to use ChatGPT, and sometimes and a lot of questions were matching with what the instructor provided in the exams. But I think with the notebook element, it has a deep research and everything. I'm pretty sure I'll probably crack all the probably crack all the questions in the exams. Like,
Yeah. And Google OpenAI, if you want to practice your English, I didn't do the demo, but you can actually converse with OpenAI, and you can ask it to correct your mistakes when you're talking. It will actually listen to you, and then it will tell you, this is the way you should say this, or this is not the proper way. You should maybe say it this way.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think
So the tools are there, and it's at no cost to you if you have a Gmail account. Make sure you go into the settings, say, do not share my information to the large language model. And don't forget that if you're stuck, use a human. It's, the human coach. It's worth $100 to sit down with a human, especially when you're say, oh, what do I do next? And by all means, it's not that you're going to get the job. It's the fact that somebody with AI skills will get the job before you. So I see it's exactly 8 o'clock. And Tashmeet and Sisha, you can stay online while everybody
Great.
else left, and we can have a debrief.
Sounds great. Well, thanks again. Bye, everyone. Have a good night. Thanks for your engagement. So many nice comments in the chat for you, Denis. Good night, everyone, and thanks again for joining.